Welcome back to another episode of JK Philly. Today we got a recap with the Baltimore Orioles versus the Philadelphia Phillies. We hope you guys enjoy the video.
I could load up and attack on anybody. Grab the gat, grab the mask. I think my aura going black, and I don't plan on turning back. What's the point of doing that when you got people that's around?
Welcome back to another episode of JK Philly. Overall, a pretty good series. We took 2 of 3. Phillies really seem to have a hard time winning that third game when they win the first 2 sweeping teams. I saw something today that said they haven't swept a team since they played the Blue Jays back in early June. But we're just going to go through the games one at a time, and we're going to start with game 1, the best one to talk about. Tone, tell me a little bit about that offensive explosion we had game 1.
We had the big trade, Harrison Bader. I personally was skeptical of that guy. He's not really a good hitter. Hasn't really shown much as he's been in the major leagues. But his first hit was a home run for the Phillies, and it tied the game. And then same inning, they batted around. Kyle Schwarber came up and hit a grand slammy, and we were hyped.
That inning was crazy. And yeah, the 11 runs, getting production from everybody. But Harper's been on fire. Schwarber making a great case for MVP. If he keeps this rate up, it's going to be hard not to give it to him. You got some stiff competition with Ohtani, but I mean, it's hard to argue with the guy. He's got all these RBIs now. He's hitting home runs every night. His on-base percentage is close to 400. And it's nice to see them bats waking up.
If you take Schwarber out of this lineup, it's like taking half of the offense away. You can't say that with Shohei over there on the Dodgers. So I think at this point, Schwarber deserves MVP if he keeps it up. Yeah.
I think they said he has something like 30-something more RBIs than the next closest guy on the team. Like, he is carrying this offense on his back. And then we go to game 2, and the thing everybody saw coming, a great quality start from Taijuan Walker.
Like he was rolling through. It was nice to see a low velocity guy just going through the lineup. It's killing.
It really made me look at the Orioles like, damn, y'all really do suck. Because that's crazy. Taijuan was out there looking like prime. They said he hadn't had to start that good since he was back with the Mariners before the Mets.
Yeah, he was just it was just like everything. He was like pitching in the box, like he wasn't really missing.
Mm-hmm.
It was like just good quality start, and then the relievers came in, shut him down. It was a rare bullpen, end of the rotation, like good game. That was crazy. And the bottom of the lineup went crazy, which is insane for the Phillies, because if the top guys aren't doing anything, then we usually lose the game.
Absolutely. Yeah, and it's nice right after a game where Schwarber homers twice, Harper homers, then you get the bottom of the lineup to come and pick up game 2. You know, that it gives you that complete team feeling. Walker has been amazing this year. He's supposed to be the 5th starter. You the 5th starter with an ERA that low, you're good in my book. I feel like our rotation's been so good these last couple of years. But I'm glad you mentioned that 10 too, man. 3 straight games against the Orioles. We lost today, obviously 5-0, or 5-1. Trey got that single. Not a lot of good to talk about outside of Trey, but another scoreless game for that bullpen. They didn't give up a run the entire series.
And I'm not really worried about this loss. Ranger Suarez going into the game, I think he had like 10 quality starts in a row. Not really worried about it. One-off game is baseball. Happens.
Still almost pitched 7 innings. So even a guy like him, he gave up 5 runs. He still almost gave you 7 innings, though.
And then a big thing was the top of the lineup. We're leaving a lot of guys on base, so there's not really much run support in this game where it could be produced.
Yeah, and then like I said, the only bright side really being Trey. Give him that stat you gave me earlier, because I didn't even know when he was coming up to the bat in the 9th. He had that history on the.
So he had a chance to hit for the cycle for the 4th time in his career, and that would have been most all time. He's tied right now 3rd with like 6 people. I think that's crazy. He hit 3 cycles in his career. 3 cycles is insane, and he was about to go for his 4th. He actually had a chance to hit for a 4th cycle back in June. So
crazy, yeah. Trey Turner's been, since that little rough patch at the beginning of that first season, Trey Turner's been everything we asked him to be. His on base is up this year. His batting average is still high. He's always a high 285 to 295 type of guy. He gets on base, he steals bases. I just need that pop to come back at home, man. I saw that stat. It's almost been a calendar year since he hit a home run at Citizens Bank Park.
Yeah, I seen that. That's why I was hoping for this cycle to be the one, because he's actually due for a home run at Citizens Bank Park, which is usually a home run friendly park, but just waiting for him to connect on that right one, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I know. Something in his head about hitting it home right now, but all in all, good series. Today's a travel day on Thursday. Team's probably ready to hit the road, get ready to go get ready for this Rangers series. And any expectations for the Rangers series coming up?
I think they're going to take 2 out of 3. But one thing I do want to bring up is Wheeler has a stiff arm, and he's not going to be playing on Fridays and playing on Sunday. So we're going to see how that plays out with the rotation, what they do.
Yeah, you hope he's okay, because his last 3 starts, he ain't been bad. But we hold Zach Wheeler to a standard through the. He just had back. Even he said in the post game interview, he was like, "Yeah," he said, "I'm pulling my fastball. I never pull my fastball." So hopefully it's just he need a little extra rest and he can bounce back. I'm praying it's not something more serious and we miss out on him in the playoffs and stuff.
Yeah, the MRI said it was nothing negative, but they said to give it rest. He should be ready to go Sunday. Hopefully he comes back ready to go, because I want to see that good Wheeler going into the playoffs. Because the Phillies are running away with it at first place right now, 2.5 games ahead.
I don't know too much about the Rangers, just watching them from afar. I know they're a bad team. I know Nathan Eovaldi has been one of the best pitchers in baseball, but he just pitched today, I believe, so we should miss him. So I'm thinking anything less than 2 out of 3 should be a disappointment, and I hope they can finally get that sweep.
Yeah, I think these last 2 series, with them taking 2 games in the last 2 series, is definitely a comeback from that White Sox horrendous loss in that series, because they're one of the worst teams. But if they can continue taking 2 out of 3 in the next few weeks or whatever, I'll be happy, because it is baseball. It's hard to get sweeps all the time.
Yep, he's a professional athlete. But last point I want to make, 2 weeks away from Jose Alvarado coming back. We get him for the stretch. Obviously won't be able to pitch in the postseason, but how big will it be getting a guy like Jose Alvarado back to pitch down the stretch of the season?
Yeah, to continue running away with first place, obviously bring more depth to the bullpen. Duran, we got exciting Duran. Every time he enters the field and that intro comes on, bro, it's fire. It's crazy. It's crazy that we have him for the price that we gave up.
Yeah, it's a breath of fresh air instead of the manager going to these matchups and who should pitch in the 9th inning based on matchups. It's nice to be like, yo, put the dude in there to throw 103 miles an hour and don't overthink it.
He has 4 of the top 5 pitch speeds in Phillies history.
Yes, I saw that in his last start. That was crazy.
Crazy.
And the guy whose record he broke was Alvarado. So, hey, man, I'm rubbing my hands together like Birdman, thinking about Alvarado in the 8th and Duran in the 9th, man. That sounds great down the stretch.
Just to run away and gain confidence. And, Bader got another hit today.
Crushed that Mets spirit a little bit.
Especially after last season. You know how we went out last season.
But that's really all I got. Just figured we'd do a quick recap for the channel against the Orioles. Tone, you got anything to add before we let them go?
Nothing to add. Oh, for August 15th or 16th is when they do the call-ups. If Max Kepler is continuing to be hot and frustrating me and making sure that Justin Crawford doesn't get called up, I'm going to be mad. Because if he's playing his ass off just to make sure Justin Crawford doesn't take his spot, I'm going to be mad.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah, I see no reason when them rosters expand. There's no excuse to not at least give Crawford some at-bats, man. It'd be crazy not to see him at the end of this year.
Yeah, but that's it. I'm tired of seeing Kepler.
But that's all we got. All we got for today. Another big series win for the Phillies. Hopefully we can finally get that sweep against the Rangers. And we'll talk to y'all next time we on here.
Yep, go Birds tomorrow.
Thanks for watching another episode of JK Philly. Make sure you stay tuned by subscribing to the channel.